Good morning, and we are on our 21st lesson, and I could not even um, imagine that we will reach this far and we will endure despite the pandemic. Actually, I'm glad that LexClassroom is 5 months already, and we've been doing great with our team. Thank you. And thank you for your constant support for those who take the quiz every Friday, for those who told their friends and the people they know who are taking taking the bar examinations and who are in law school. And thank you for those who subscribe to our channel. And for today's topic, it's about the judges and the social media. And the lesson is divided again into two parts for Thursday. But before talking about Thursday, today's topic or part would be focused on the judges and the canons, meaning the values um, that are observed by judges, and also the um, the governing rules or the rules that govern judges. And for Thursday, expect that it's gonna be more on case law or jurisprudence or cases decided by the Supreme Court and even by jurisdictions abroad related to judges and the social media. By social media, we mean Facebook or Friendster or other forms of media like the internet or even like blogs, that could be. So, for now, we will be focusing again on the rules governing judges. Actually, I wanted to be a judge. I when I was new in the profession, but um, I realized that I could not travel as much as I want because of the demands of the duties of being a judge and also the clearances. Although still part of me wants to become one, maybe not this time because I still want to travel. Okay, we start with who is a judge? According to Black's Law Dictionary, a judge is defined according, or like these are the three definitions of a judge. I'm sorry if you hear my dog. Okay. The judge could be appointed or elected, but in our jurisdiction, judges are appointed. Unlike in the United States of America, judges are elected. And these people or the judges could be, there are what they call as jurors or judges of facts. In the Philippines, we only have two, the judges and justices. In a while, we will be identifying the judges and justices. And basically, these group of people, are members of the judicial branch of government. And we should know that the Philippine setup, we have three branches of government: the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. Now, according to our jurisdiction setup, we have the judge and the justices. According to the new code of conduct for the judiciary, a judge is any person exercising judicial power, however designated. So you have, this is a very simple yet precise definition. And we call the ones who will decide the case before the municipal and regional trial courts as judges because there's one single person doing the decision. However, when it comes to appellate courts, just like the Court of Appeals and the Court of Tax Appeals, they are called or identified as justice, and also with the Supreme Court. That's why the head of the Supreme Court is called the Chief Justice, and the others are considered as associate justices. Now we move forward with the laws governing judges. These are the list of laws governing judges, and we have to go to the basic and the most fundamental law of the land, which is our 1987 Constitution. And a particular article is um, solely focusing or focused on the judiciary, and that is Article 8. Now, we move forward also with the rules of court. These are the procedural laws that govern judges and how are they going to do with the procedure and the execution of their duties. And also, these three, if I may point that out, these three, the new Code of Judicial Conduct, and also the Canons of Judicial Ethics and Code of Judicial Conduct, because our most recent one is the 2004 based on the Bangalore draft. And these two, the Canons of Judicial Ethics and the Code of Judicial Conduct, still apply suppletorily. So it means it supports, or it is still it's still considered effective, and it must be correlated with the 2004 Code of Judicial Conduct, and also other issuances of the Supreme Court of the Philippines that include administrative matters that relates to court personnel. Now, according to the new code, these are the canons that are being observed by the judges and justices. You can read it for yourself, or because it takes so much time for us to identify and explain each, and I hope you will be able to grasp it and understand, although quickly, given the time frame of our lesson. Independence of the judiciary, the impartiality, and the propriety. These are very basic canons or values being observed by judges and justices, and they should be considered as competent and diligent when it comes to their responsibilities and the execution of their duties. And we know that judges are occupying such a very, very significant um, um, position. They even considered as the last beacon of hope, if in a democratic society. And also, these are um, the canons under the Code of Judicial Ethics. And you have to take note that even the appearance of impropriety should be avoided by judges and justices. And you have to take note also that they should be punctual, and they have to organize their court, and they have to be um, courteous and civil in all their dealings. And even their compensation is there's a regulation for that, and even as to rules and the appointment to the judiciary. Also, they have to avoid influence or being so close to parties and councils. And in fact, a judge is allowed to inhibit if he finds possible appearance of impropriety in handling or trying the case. And according to the judicial ethics, ex parte applications, meaning there's only the movant is present, or like ex parte presentation of evidence, or it's possible that there could be ex parte motions in which the other party is not to comment, although based on my observation and experience, judges always allows the other party to make comments, even if they're just, unless they're considered to be like they should only be informed due to some infractions before, just like the ones mentioned in the rules of court. And in due time, we will be specifying those and identifying those situations. And even judicial opinions is being refrained because we know that judges are occupying a very influential position in society, and whatever they say could be considered as gospel truth, and it would mar the reputation and independence of the judiciary. And also, um, I'm sorry for the misspellings. Um, Also, they are to judges are encouraged to influence the um, development of the law, and also um, in case of infractions, of course, there would be consequences. Now, they are to be keen on their personal investments too, and relations, and even partisan politics. They are not to participate in public opinion that would what? Mar the influence and reputation of the judiciary, such that the independence of the judiciary is put in question. So that should be observed. So for those who are taking the bar, are doing their bar review, or those who are new lawyers, or who are law students, you are to consider these canons even as early as now, because if you want to become a judge, you have to observe all these numerous canons. And gifts and favors are avoided or disallowed, so that we cannot say that justice could be bought. And also, a judge should be beyond reproach. If you are to summarize this, the judicial ethics provide that a judge is beyond reproach, and in the discharge of his duties, he should be thorough, he should be fearless, just, and he should not be influenced no matter what. And let's go to judicial conduct. According to the Code of Judicial Conduct, a judge or justice must uphold the integrity and independence, because as we know, in the judicial, or in the three branches of government, it is the legislative that creates or enacts laws, and it's the executive that implements the laws, and it is the judiciary that applies and interprets the law in in courts. So they should uphold the independence of the judiciary, and without an independent judiciary, there could be a question of the democracy and the form of government we have, which is a republican form of government. And they are to again perform their duties honestly, impartially, and diligently. And they are to minimize extrajudicial or regulate extrajudicial activities to minimize the risk of influence, because if they're a friend of everyone or they know everyone, then the objectivity is put in question. And also they cannot practice the legal profession and also other professions, because they are to focus on their duty and responsibility as a judge. And lastly, they are to um, have full financial disclosure. Actually, they are to submit their SAL, and some political activities or even a little of that is not allowed, because again, the judiciary and the members should be independent. And political activities are highly questionable, and it is inconsistent with the values and canons upheld by the members of the judiciary. And they are to comply with the codes of judicial conduct and judicial ethics. So for now, I hope I put the environment, or I put I was able to let you understand how critical the task or the duty or the position. So I hope next meeting, or next by Thursday, you will be looking forward the specific cases involving the judges and social media. Thank you so much, and it is always best to go into or to read the full text or of the codal provisions of these codes, so that it will be instilled in your mind and you will remember them. You understand and remember. Thank you. Thank you.